Alright, hello everybody. This is the second video in this series of videos we're putting together to show you how to start up your own web server through Google's cloud platform. I wanted to show you this initial landing page for their free tier. What we're going to be focusing on today is the Google Compute Engine. Now scroll down a little more. This just lets you know what services that Google is offering you for free. You don't need to be concerned too much with all the specs and technical jargon at this point. All you need to know is for this video and this video series, we're going to be working with the Google Compute Engine. When you initially, I have an account with them already. When you initially sign up, what they're going to offer you here is a 12-month free trial, plus they're going to offer you $300 in free credit to get started. I guess it's something to kind of lure people in to get to learn their system. I've been playing with computers for a lot of years, and in my opinion, this is kind of a cool way to go. There is a little bit of learning curve, but the payoff is, you can do this for basically next to nothing. I mean, less than 20 bucks, and I'm already hosting a couple different websites, and that includes purchasing the domain, which we went over in the first video. So let's get to it. Once you sign up for this, you enter your information. They are going to ask for a credit or debit card for billing purposes. But let me jump on over, because once you do get signed up, it'll be tied in with your Google account. And as you can see here, my billing is at 0. And I'm running 2 different websites right now, and I still have not racked up any charges as of yet. So let's get to it. This is the console or the dashboard. Either term would be correct. And the first thing you guys are going to want to focus on is up here in the top left hand corner, you got this little tab, Third Eye Networking. That's my primary website. And I've had I started this before the video because it is kind of lengthy. There's a couple of minutes of waiting time while these things get created, but I'm still going to walk you through. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to this plus sign here, create project. You hit it, it's going to bring you to a screen to create a new project. Name it whatever you like. That's up to you. My suggestion would be to keep it in line with whatever the website is you're creating, whether it's a blog or an e-commerce site that you want to sell something, or whatever it may be. The sky's the limit. You pick the name. There are some formatting requirements, and they'll let you know if you start putting in periods and numbers and this and that, it might not allow you to do it. Try and keep it simple. Use only alphabet characters. So you're going to go in here, put your project name, you're going to create it. And once you create it, it's going to take you, we're going to go back a screen because I've already created it. Once it is created, you'll have it here in your menu. So the project that I just created before I started this video is Pharrell Quality Carpentry. That's the particular website that I'm building now. So here it is. Google issues you an ID number. So what you want to do is you want to pick that project. Just to let you know, the first time you do this, like I said, it's going to take a minute or two for Google here to kind of catch up, create these things on their own personal equipment. There's a lot of information on here. It can become overwhelming. I'm going to try and keep it simple and just show you what you guys really need to focus on for the beginning, which is just mainly right here. Just make sure you're logged into your particular project you're working on, which we are. Next thing we want to do, upper left hand corner here, is, like I had said, we're working with the Compute Engine. So you're going to go to Compute Engine, VM instances. That stands for virtual machine. Once again, I've already created a virtual machine because it takes a couple minutes for it to actually be created. But just very quickly, virtual machine, what that basically is it's a setup. It's as if the computer you're working on now, it's just created virtually. meaning on Google's on their servers that we're connected into, their cloud platform servers, they're basically leasing space to us to create our own virtual machine. So here we are, VM instances. Let me refresh it. And there we go. Sorry for the delay there. Like I said, some of this stuff takes a minute to get done. So what you guys are going to want to do, here's my instance. I've already created it because like I said, it takes about 5 minutes for it all to get processed and created. But I'm going to walk you guys through the menu of how you would go about it. So once you get to this VM instances, I'm going to create an instance. And just so you're going to hear me kind of throwing around some terminology here, what we're going to be doing is creating a LAMP stack. What LAMP stands for here is Linux, Apache, MySQL, P's. These are different programming languages, PHP, Python, Perl. You can use a variety of them, combination of them. But just so you know, this is primarily what we're focused on in this video. We're creating a virtual machine, which we're then going to deploy a LAMP stack on this machine. It is a steep learning curve, I understand that, but just so you guys know. So this is the menu you're going to get to. You're going to want to name your instance. Like I said, I named mine Pharrell QC, which is the website I'm working on. A couple things you guys need to change in here. The zone we want to go to would be, particularly for us, we're in the Midwest, Chicago area. We're going to go with US Central C, Central 1-C. You're going to want to pick that. Machine type. Pick this menu, and we're going to pick this one, micro. You can remember from this page here that I showed you, that's what's offered for free. 1 micro instance per month. Just so you guys understand what that's all about. And I'm going to jump over to here real quick. So at this point, it's telling us it's going to cost us $4.28 per month, 28 cents per month. That's the estimated cost. Now pay attention to this here. So your first 744 hours of this micro instance are free this month. So that goes hand in hand with the trial that they gave us. You don't have to worry about getting billed $4.28 because your first 744 hours, and they calculate that by 24 hours in a day times roughly 30 days in a month. So just so you know, we're going to be getting it for free for the time being. So next thing we're going to get to is the boot disk. We're going to leave it at what the default setting is, Debian, which is a Linux-based operating system. You can leave all of these settings as default. The next thing you got to pay attention to is right here under the firewall. You want to check these two boxes. You want to allow HTTP traffic, and you want to allow HTTPS traffic. And then you're going to click create. And from that point, it's going to take takes a couple minutes for it to create this machine. But what you'll do is you'll eventually get to a screen like this one, where it's going to show you a green check mark. Your instance has been created in the US Central Zone. And right here, external IP. I suggest you copy this IP address. Personally, I use a program called Notepad++, just to keep notes. This is where I cut my notes to show you guys. At the end of the video, I'm going to include some links to different pages here, if you want to do any more reading on this stuff. But right here is where, just so you can see, I just copied and pasted this external IP address. I made a note here, it's for Pharrell QC, that's the external IP. It's entirely up to you. It's just a suggestion of mine to kind of keep things in order. So the next step is right here, connect. You want to pick this connect SSH. What that's going to do is essentially it's going to bring up a command prompt, and basically what's happening here is we're now logging into the virtual machine that we created. So here we are. So this is in essence, we're inside our virtual computer that we started. Right here it's showing you Debian operating system, blah blah blah, comes in a warranty, blah blah, last login, and then shows where your IP address you log in from. The first command, and like I said, this is a Linux command prompt is what we're in right now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to enter a command of sudo su. We're going to execute it. What this means, it stands for super user do. And what it does is it grants us administrator rights to this machine we created. As you can see, it's changed from Jovan Tone to now we have root access right here. So next command we want to issue is, this is where, I'm sorry, I showed you here. I'll include these files so you guys can look through this and make it a little easier. So step 1, to gain root access, you want to issue the super user do command, which we just did. Next command we're going to issue is apt get update. I'll copy it. We'll go back. We'll go back over, paste it on in there. What this is going to do is this is going to update our machine we created to get all the latest and greatest files onto it. So you'll issue that command. It's going to do its thing. Just kind of let it finish. And so here we are down here. We're back at our root access command prompt. Next command we're going to issue is this right here, atp get. We're going to install Apache 2. So real quickly, I'm going to copy that. We'll get back on over into here, paste it in. Oops, I missed the A. Let me get back there. apt get install Apache 2. Once again, here we go. Hit enter. It's going to start doing its thing here. After this operation, 46.5 megabytes of additional disk space will be used. You want to continue. Why? Yes. It's pretty much all automated. What we're doing now is this actually creates what is called a lamp stack. I'll go back to my screen here. So I just highlighted this just so you guys are kind of familiar with the terminology. I mean, I know it's a lot to take in the beginning. A lamp stack, it's an acronym. What it stands for is Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP, Python, Perl. Linux is the operating system that's on our web server we're creating. Apache is an actual piece of software that acts as an HTTP server. MySQL is like a database. You don't really have to worry about that. We're not going to be using that yet. These three here are three different programming languages: PHP, Python, Perl. They're all designed for, not primarily for web development, but they're used a lot in web development. So we're going to go back to our command prompt, and we're all done here. We created this LAMP server on our virtual machine. We got one more command to issue here, which is to start Apache. So what you want to do is we'll highlight this, we'll copy it, we'll paste it in, and then we're going to execute. So there you go. You got a green OK starting Apache 2. So now our web server is up and running. I'll I'm no Linux whiz by any means, but I mean, I guess I do know how to navigate the system a little bit. So if you type in directory, dir, oh, I'm sorry, let me get back. No, I take that back for a moment. Let's get back out of here for a second. Yeah, never mind, I said that. Let's get back into our compute engine here for a moment. So I think what I'm going to do is, before we continue on, I'm just going to wrap up this video right now. Let you guys kind of wrap your mind around what just happened. So real briefly, so everyone's not lost, we created a new project for All Quality Carpentry. Once we were in that project, we went into the compute engine, VM instance, we created a new virtual machine which got up and running. We connected into our virtual machine, which brought up the command prompt. We updated, then we installed Apache, and then we started the Apache web server. So for the moment now, we're going to wrap this one up, and in the next video we're going to cover some little more configuration. We're going to get into the domain we created yesterday, and we're going to point that domain to our web server we created, and we're going to have some more fun. So we'll catch up with you guys then. Thanks.